This podcast is brought to you by Fandom Spotlight. Check us out at fandomspotlight.com. Have fun and follow your fandom.
Last time on Dragon Ball for Life.
This segment needs no introduction because y'all already know what time it is at the start of these glorious episodes. 10 seconds on the clock. Trav, are you ready?
Listen, man, stay ready so you never have to get ready, boy. I'm ready.
5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Goku pulled up with a shape up in the form of Ultra Instinct Omen. Moro said that John weak, my John crispy, and fucked him up. Then Vegeta pulled up and said, y'all not fucking with me either.
Time. Oh, right on 10 seconds.
You see me?
Right on the mitt.
Right on the fucking head, like Mello be saying.
Anime, we have your attention, please, and welcome to another episode of Dragon Ball for Life. That's right, Dragon Ball for Life, where you come for the content, but you stay for the culture. We talking Goku and Soul Food. We talking Supreme Kai wearing Supreme clothing. We mixing some DBZ in with a little bit of that EBT, covering manga and anime for people that know a little something about Sally May. As always, we are your hosts, the Fusion Dance Dons, aka the main gods. I am Vegeta himself, the Prince of all Saiyans, Mr. Matty Ice Matthew Porter, here with my counterpart, my brother, the Oob to my Majin Buu, Mr. Chocho Trav himself. Talk to the people, Trav.
Listen, I just want to tell people to exfoliate and hydrate like my man Piccolo.
Ooh.
And you know what? I stay getting cream. And you know what? I got unlimited energy by Android 17. So think about that.
I know where you was going with that. I was like,
think about that.
Like, I was about to say it's a good thing we put the explicit sticker on these episodes.
Cream as in like moolah. I be getting that cream as in moolah.
Getting to the money. I got you. My brother Trav.
How to switch it up real quick for the people.
Speaking of switching it up, what a segue. I wanted to introduce something just a little different. Trav, we've been teasing that once we finish the Moro arc, which is rapidly approaching, like soon,
close.
like a couple more episodes left, that we were gonna take a little break just from manga reviews before we start up with the Granola arc. Foreshadowing, look it up, it's amazing. And we were gonna venture off and do a little something different. It is still under that anime manga wheelhouse, but it's a little bit different. But I won't give you too much. But I said all that to say, before we dive into the chapter, I just wanted to kind of just present some news out to the fandom out there. We lost the real one, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh! And forgive me if I butcher his name, but Kazuki Takahashi was found dead. He was snorkeling in southern Japan, and he was unfortunately found dead. I'm not going to get into too much details with everything in terms of, like foul play and all that, whatnot, what have you. But I just wanted to, as a Yu-Gi-Oh fan growing up, and I still have my dueling deck. I still have it tucked away in my closet somewhere. But I just wanted to, pay my respects to him and his family. Salute him for being a real OG. And then, the masses and giving us that amazing quality of anime and the trading card games. Pokemon kind of had died out. And, I've never really been a Dungeons and Dragons guy. It just wasn't really my steez. But when Yu-Gi-Oh came out, I was definitely it had me in a chokehold, as the kids like to say.
Yeah, and I just remember I didn't personally play Yu-Gi-Oh, but I definitely collected cards and watched the show just because I thought that the designs, the concepts were just so dope to me. And even though, like I said, I didn't actually play card games, but I definitely collected. And definitely it hits different when you hear someone who had an impact on your childhood, essentially. Think about the times on the bus when you're trading.
You got your cars out, hell yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I remember back in the day. when I used to draw, I would try to attempt to draw like Yu-Gi-Oh characters, and I just was like, some of the designs were so intricate where I couldn't even like I would have to trace, like it was definitely very detailed. So yeah, man, that's very, very sad news that we heard, and definitely want to just send our condolences to his family, and then for everybody that it's affected, because Yu-Gi-Oh was such a big part of everyone's lives, growing up.
Yami's on this backdrop somewhere. He might be further up. He's around there somewhere. But so we just wanted to take a moment and, like Travis said, offer our condolences and salute him and praise him and give him his flowers for everything that he did. And like you were saying, Chop, that is crazy. Like somebody that you never met has such a crazy impact on your life. It's just wild. Like, and that just kind of speaks to the love of anime and manga, which is why we do this shit. But on to a more happier topic, because there's no appropriate way to segue out of mourning the loss of a creator such as himself. But onto a more happy topic before we dive into this review. It has been confirmed, ladies, gentlemen, and every identifier out there, that Dragon Ball Super is coming back. We've been clamoring for it. Me and Trav be saying all the time. I feel like Toriyama and Toritaro be listening to these, because we be saying things and it'll happen like the next day. Happens literally every week. We've been clamoring for these manga chapters to be animated, and it has been confirmed that it will be back in 2023. And not only that, they're already in pre-production for another canon movie done by Toriyama himself, that will be out in the next 2 years, next 2 to 3 years. So very exciting.
And I just want to say too, I saw people that were sending me the news update, and they're like, what the fuck, 2023? We gotta wait that long? I personally,
that's 6 months from now, 5 months from now.
We're already in July. First off, but second off, like, I'm actually okay with it being further out, because to me, then it's like, all right, you're really gonna get the right animators together and make sure that you're not, working these people dry week by week. And for those that don't remember the first 10-15 episodes of Dragon Ball Super, y'all remember how poorly done y'all
almost bailed out. I almost bailed. I ain't gonna hold you.
Rightfully so, because it was just so sloppy. But then again, though, it was just working conditions just weren't the best. People were being overworked, and with having this buffer time, you hope that they have. Personally, I would love if they could get Shintani, who did Dragon Ball Super Broly.
Yeah, that would be a cool.
I really loved that animation style for Dragon Ball Super Broly. So if they were able to maybe not even use him full time, but be able to adopt his style, yeah, that'd be fire. At least we have official confirmation that the anime is actually coming back,
because it's been speculated.
Let's be happy about that.
It's been speculated since the Tournament of Power ended. We all had our fingers crossed, they're definitely coming back, for sure. And then after the movie and everything, and kind of to your point, Trav, about them waiting instead of diving back in, your literal explanation of when Super first started, it was just ass cheeks. The anime and the manga were kind of basically dual dropping. So at least with this wait, we got the Granola arc will probably be done by the time this drops. So it's they have 2 whole arcs of source material to expound off of, play on, flush out, make better. So it's they're not going to be freestyling this time. So
they actually have, even though the manga and the anime have definitely veered off in their own continuities in their own right, but at least now though there's a template. Yeah, it's not it's who's going to drop first? Who's
what y'all got?
It felt when who's going to catch up. So but now I'm excited, man, and just the fact that when we're revisiting this Moro arc, I forgot everything that happened, but I also forgot that there's stuff that could be expounded upon. There's a lot of things left unsaid within this arc, where I definitely think there's chapters where they can consolidate into an episode, but I think there's details in other chapters that they can expand and make more than one episode.
1,000%. So, Vegeta's whole training montage could be its own episode.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how once Moro's goons get to planet Earth, how like let's focus on some of the fights of the other Z fighters and not just be like a quick one shot where it's like, oh, Yamcha defeated them real quick. Like, look, Yamcha gets his jokes off, but like I'd enjoy an episode where like it was showing Yamcha fighting all of Moro's goons.
We all love Wolf Fang Fist. When's the last time we got to see Wolf Fang Fist?
Yeah.
That was that move.
Let's give the people what they want, and it would bring back the nostalgia feel even more. And last point before we get into the episode, but in Dragon Ball Superhero,
spoiler alert,
have seen stuff from it, but
we can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, but it looked like there was a couple of scenes where Piccolo was bloodied, so I'm hoping that means that we're gonna see blood return to Dragon Ball Super, because
that'd be great.
I mean, look, Super Dragon Ball. It's always had a kid feel to it, right? But the Z definitely had its edgy moments, and that's what like brought a lot of us in. So we're not asking for like gore and like Attack on Titan type blood. No, like just if my man gets smacked in his fucking lips, like he should be bleeding.
Yeah. Or like you were saying, like it doesn't have to be gore. Give us the shit that's in the manga,
right? Which
just match what's already there.
A great transition, because these two chapters actually have a few panels that bring us back. Yeah, that bring us back to those Z days where it was like, oh, they fucking niggas up.
Yeah,
like
1,000.
They really giving it to them.
1,000%. And for all you clock watchers out there who are like, oh, y'all guys are 12 minutes in, you haven't started yet. We tried to tell y'all these are very dialogue light chapters. We're probably gonna get through chapter, what is it, 61 and 60 or 60 and 61?
61
I think
62.
We're doing today. Hold on, I can actually just answer that. Yeah, 61, 62. We're probably gonna get through this in like 15 to 20 minutes, if that. not a lot of shit said.
Yes.
A lot happens. Not a lot should have said. So with that being said,
well, yeah, I mean, I think though, before we get into it, we might as well just take a quick pause.
Might as well.
We can let our man Mikey give the people a special announcement that we have cooking up for everybody. So listen.
You have no choice, Mike. You have to do it now.
What's going on, lifers? Super producer Mikey here. We have another giveaway coming for you all in August. We will be giving out a special gift to one lucky fan. Running from August 12th to the 19th, tune in to Dragon Ball for Life and listen in for one code word mentioned on the podcast. DM us at db4l_pod when you hear the code word on August 20th. In honor of the US release of Dragon Ball Superhero, we will pick one lucky winner for the giveaway. More details to come in next week's episode of Dragon Ball for Life. Stay tuned.
And we back. So your little teaser for y'all. We're gonna have more details on what we're cooking up with the giveaway that went so successful last time with the great partners that we work with at Phantom Spotlight. So we wanted to double up on y'all asses, do it again. So that was just a little sample. As we get closer to the date when we start taking submissions, we will definitely flush that out for you guys. And speaking of reborning an old thing that we did before, that happens to be the name of this chapter, Vegeta Reborn. Which, by ways of titles for shitty manga chapters, this isn't the worst. He's not really.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it's adequate. It's adequate. So when we left off,
we won't crack our joke.
Exactly. When we left off last week, Goku'd it up. He Goku'd the situation, and he just kind of didn't put the pedal to the metal, didn't put the screws to the board in terms of wanting to kind of like get Moro over and done with at the end. And because he hasn't really mastered Ultra Instinct or Ultra Instinct Sign for that matter, he lost a lot of his energy. and Moro just kind of was going back on the offensive, and good old Vegeta saves the day. It's literally copy and paste Android 19 from Moro. Same exact save the day scene happens.
Yeah, same Dragon Ball tropes, same things, and it's just like when reading this chapter back, even when it first dropped and we saw Vegeta show up, it's like, all right, he's gonna show off something cool that he learned on Planet Yardrat, but we know he's not gonna win, and it's just like, what the fuck?
So, and it's funny you say that, Chuck, because I was gonna like save that for like the end, but since we're here, I love these chapters, but they Dragon Ball the shit out of these two chapters.
Yeah. and for those that are just listening to us that are just gonna get our Spark Note summaries of these chapters and then just wait for the anime, that's not a spoiler, because if you're a true Dragon Ball fan, you know how these things go. So don't be mad if like I just said that and you're like, oh well, I didn't know if Vegeta was gonna win. Come on now. Like, you know how these things go.
What show have you been watching?
Yeah, like
Dragon Ball Heroes.
It sucks, but I mean, like, let's keep it a bean. Like that's how these things shake up for our guy Vegeta.
We're here for honest conversations here, guys. We're not here to weave lies where they don't belong. So Vegeta does show up. He literally recreates saving Goku from Android 19, knocks Moro back. Immediately, again, the night and day for Vegeta and Goku. Vegeta powers up to his strongest form right off the bat. Goes, I believe the English version is like Super Saiyan God Royal Blue, right? Isn't that like what the English translation?
It's Blue Evolution.
Blue Evolution, gotcha. Should have been called Royal Blue because he's a prince, and that's like the color. They missed opportunity.
Yeah. They could have.
Just come get us. like Orange Piccolo, really?
Yeah.
Very clever. Foreshadowing. But Vegeta shows up, goes into Super Saiyan, his highest evolution form of that, the one that he used to fight Toppo in God of Destruction mode. Well, in the anime, what he used to fight God of Destruction Toppo mode. Totally different use in the manga. Well, we always talk about that. One day we'll really break down our gripes with the manga version of the Tournament of Power. But he rushes Moro. He's doing all his like patented Vegeta hard press, don't let him breathe attacks. Moro being at full strength is kind of like, we're doing this again? All right, whatever. Thought you guys would have came back with something a little bit better at this point in time. But bet. Like,
same shit. All right.
Same shit, different day. But y'all disappointed me. I was so excited. So, Moro's talking his shit. He's just like, he's like, I commend you for like getting this strong. You're leaps and bounds stronger than what you were when I whooped that ass last time. He was just like, but clearly, bro, it's still not here for you, Buck. And Vegeta's like,
still ain't it, boy.
Vegeta's not even,
still ain't it.
Vegeta's usually very snide and smarky and talks his shit, and people like call him a bitch. He like spazzes. He's like, oh, you a bitch. And he's like, what?
I'm like, I know you ain't talking to me.
Like, well, you talking to Gohan? Like, you ain't talking to me. But Vegeta's like
that half breed over there.
Exactly. You talking about the dirty blood? Is you talking about?
Yeah.
But Vegeta's actually, not really saying much. Moro's talking his shit. Vegeta just keeps pressing him. Rapid punches. Moro's he's not really even dodging for real. He's just kind of taking the hits, eating them. He's just like, at least you're fast enough to keep up with me, but you're not really doing anything. And this kind of goes on.
Thanks for the massage.
Exactly. This kind of goes on for like 4 to 5 pages. Gohan, Piccolo, they're just like, oh shit, he can't get him neither. Like, we're definitely screwed this time or whatever. And then a moment happens where Moro is just kind of like annoyed that Vegeta's just basically just being a little annoyed, like a gnat, just hitting, kicking. This and that. So he goes to grab him, and Vegeta actually like dips out the way, and this like catches everybody's attention because Moro's super duper fast, like to the point like we were saying, Jocko's the only one who can really keep up with the fight and everything and whatnot. And it took Goku being in Ultra Instinct to be able to keep up with that speed. And Vegeta, that's not a skill that he really cared or wants to know about. He's in his Super Saiyan Blue evolution form. But he like dips him, and everybody's just like, oh shit, how'd he do that? And not only does he dip him, he then hits my man with a vicious backhand. Like a where's my money backhand. Put some respect on my name.
It'd be funny as hell when DB characters backhand each other. It's just like
facts.
The hardest backhand you probably would ever feel in your life.
It'd be the backhand, or when they hit the knee to the stomach that like comes out their back and like their eyes go white. Like those be the two blows.
Really knocked the wind out of him.
Exactly. So he backhands Moro. This pisses Moro off. He like grips him up, throws him into the ground. He's just like, yo, what's going on? And Vegeta ate it. Like Moro body slammed him. Vegeta ate it, gets back up, and he's getting him with kicks, getting him with hits. And like Moro's just like, oh, like fuck, like what's going on? And Goku's looking like, oh wait, I know exactly what's happening. Goku finally has a smart moment. I don't even say smart moment. A self-aware. He's aware of his surroundings for once.
He has a selective memory. It feels like.
Yeah, 1000%.
Like, oh, I remember that. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what you remember.
So Vegeta's starting to actually land some offensive. Well, he's been doing offensive moves, but it's actually starting to get tomorrow. And Goku's starting to look like, oh, hey. I think I know what's going on here. So Goku like calls out. He's like, yo, Vegeta. He was just like, I know that ain't what I think it is. And Vegeta's like, you know it's what you think it is, boy. Like, and we get the announcement of a brand new power called Forced Spirit Fission. And essentially what the explanation of that is every blow that Vegeta lands, it basically sucks the chi out of his opponent. Like every hit that he does, it just kind of like literally it's essentially, and I want to say we talked about this last week, how when Z fighters get a new power, the very next person they run into's power like perfectly nullifies theirs. Like somehow, like where have you been? So Vegeta's new power, the Force Spirit Fission, essentially is the reverse of what Moro does. Moro sucks the energy out of people and planets. Vegeta is this Force Spirit Fission. He's like forcing the energy out of Moro. And remember,
so he knocks out basically all the souls that Moro has absorbed over his planet rampages.
Exactly, the souls, the planets, the people, the energy, the life sources, everything. And if you remember, Moro is very old, but because of his magic, it helps him get a youthful exuberance, if you will. So as Vegeta's landing more and more punches, as Gohan's noticing like, oh, he's starting to get more punches, Moro's getting like weaker and weaker. He's starting to get older. My man he went from being clean shaven, now he got the little 5 o'clock shadow. Vegeta lands that gut. Vegeta actually lands one of those patented DBZ gut kicks that just knocks the wind out, just gives you asthma. You never had asthma, now you do. That's what we're gonna call it, the asthma kick. That's what we're gonna call it.
1 into the 2, 2 into the 3,
exactly.
3 into the 4.
So Vegeta's pretty much just putting in work, and Moro's just like, yo, like, what have you done? And Vegeta, again, one of the best fleshed out characters in anime manga history. Vegeta's just like, yo, he's like, all the energy that you've taken from all these planets, all your victims, he was just like, I've taken it back. I've liberated it. We're sending it back to where it came from. And you see this giant energy ball, very akin to how Moro would like suck the energy out and make it a ball and eat it. Vegeta is beating the energy out of him. This is a crazy sentence as I'm hearing it.
A lot of freak action
a lot of freak bullshit going on.
Dragon Ball XXX.
You feel me? Dragon Balls are super.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, so he's like, all the energy that Moro's been stealing has now created a giant energy orb, and Vegeta just is like, yo, to all my homies out there, here you go, bro, pour one up for me. Like, he sends it back, and all the little beams of light start shooting out all over the universe. And
speaking of fleshed out characters, how about Piccolo trying to shout Vegeta out, and Goku's he's like, oh, so Vegeta's definitely grown, and
Goku's like, no, haven't noticed.
He's like, nah, he just learned a new technique. He hasn't gotten stronger.
And
Piccolo's like, no, dumbass, I'm talking about as like a person. Yeah, like, come on, dog. He's like, oh.
Yeah,
I guess I didn't notice that.
And they've been foreshadowing, if you remember, very, very early on in the arc, when Vegeta was just like speaking to old Papa Namek, who nameless Papa Namek, and was saying like, yo, like, do you think like, you know, your people could ever forgive me, or do you guys hate me for what I did to you and everything and whatnot? And he was like, in his like overprotection of Eska, the whole, you know, new Namek portion of this chapter, and then like Piccolo being in the Namekian kind of brings that up. He was just like, oh, he's like, Vegeta's trying to get that red out his ledger. He's trying to wipe the slate clean. Like, remember he
had changed, man.
Exactly. He's like, yo, like we met him off the guys of him coming to take over Earth. Like he was here to genocide, round us up, and sell the planet to free or get the planet for Frieza.
You remember your first encounter with him, right?
Yeah, and like Trav was saying, like Goku's just kind of going like, oh yeah, no, I haven't really noticed. He's always been the same guy to me. He said no new friends.
Like, well, I didn't notice.
Yeah. So we get that panel, and it really was a really nice moment because, you know, me and Trav talk on and off camera all the time about how like Toriyama kind of shits on Vegeta. Like he'll give him like that one moment in the sun and then immediately snatches it away from, which he does here too. That's about to happen actually.
Yeah, I mean, y'all know how it goes.
But at least there was like acknowledgement and, you know, him getting his praise, like, yo, like he's come a long way. He really cares. He really wants to like protect the universe. He's not selfish. He like really is just like, he's part of the team. He's an official Z fighter, if you will. So
he said, yeah, you know, he kinfolk now.
Yeah. I mean, all kinfolk ain't skinfolk. So Moro is sick at this point. He's old in the face skin. Vegeta beat the youth out of him, essentially. He beat the young man. He beat the fade, like the low Caesar. Beat all that, and you know he's ranked.
He said, "Your shit not crispy no more, my guy."
He smacked the exfoliation off. He smacked the exfoliation off his face. My man went from having like smooth skin, now he's got wrinkles. He's crow's feet.
Yeah,
stressed
he gotta
out.
Change his skin routine. He didn't get the Pharrell routine.
Stressed out. And then we also get like a bit of a further explanation that Force Spirit Fission also basically undoes all energy based things, all bonding based things. So it does like Patara earrings. Vegeta now has the ability to like nullify that. The fusion dance, Vegeta using this technique can now do that. It basically removes your inherent connective ish and separates it,
right?
Like at a molecular level or whatnot. So Vegeta now he's got his swagger back. Moro's getting old, and Vegeta's just like, yo, he's like, I've never really been into like all those old school. You feel me? He's like, Vegeta's like saying to Moro, like, yo, like I haven't really ever like, I've never really been that guy. Instant transmission, fusion earrings. He's like, I just want a fair fight. And he was just like, now that you don't got stolen energy, what's up? Like let's throw. Let's shoot me to 5. Let's do a fair one-on-one fight. And Moro ain't here for it. He's just like, you know what? Don't think that I will.
He says, since when have I been known to play fair?
He hits him with
since when?
Red's dad on Friday after Debo knocked him out. He was like, you want some of this too, old man? He was like, no. What I tell you about coming over here messing with these nice people?
What they say, play smarter, not harder.
Oh hell yeah, bro. Words that I live by.
Look, I know that you can fuck me up right now, so nah, we ain't gonna do this.
So before we get on to the inevitable rug being ripped out from our guy Vegeta's feet, we do get a pretty dope couple sequences of when the energy is shooting across the galaxy and the universe. The Yardratians are like seeing the power, and he's just like, oh shit, like Vegeta mastered the technique, he used it, like I see all the energy going back. And then like the younger Yardratians or the minions, they're saying like, hey, like, you know, with a lot of these planets having been like wiped out completely, like what happened to that energy? Like, are they just gonna like reappear in space and just kind of just be floating around and everything? And the elder was saying, what was it, Parappa? Parappa the rapper? What was his name? So he's saying like, you know what, the people who have strong enough spiritual energy, they'll be able to like, their energy will be able to like go back to their souls. And then there was literally like this dramatic pause, and it was like, yeah, a lot like New Namek.
It's like, oh yeah, imagine if you didn't make the cut. That was up.
Facts. So
like, y'all just weak as shit.
So we go back to New Namek, and all the Namekians are coming back to life. All the Namekians that were slayed by Moro and had their energy zapped and everything, they're all coming back, and they're just like, oh shit, like good looking. They don't know what's going on, but Espa's hype. He was like, I'm not an orphan no more. Like, I'm out here. Like, my home is here. Whatnot, what have you.
People are back.
And then what's even really cool is that what was brought up, and this is one of those details, Trav, that I feel like could be something later down the road, is that this Force Spirit Fission has the ability to revive people even if they've been dead for a long period of time. There's not like a what's the word? I forget the word. I'm not even gonna try to remember the word. There's like there isn't an expiration date on when he can.
As long as you got enough life force within you,
exactly,
and you make the cut,
exactly.
All right, here you go. It's back to you. But if you were living your life weak, sorry, you might have to get wished back or something.
Exactly. So we're nearing the end of Vegeta in this Moro one-on-one fight. Moro's kind of like he's back to what he was when we first saw him with the Yeezy season 5 poncho on. Like he got the long beard, he's kind of hunched over, he don't got the posture. I mean, been slump, double slump. He slumped over and he just got slumped by Vegeta. Double entendre, don't ask me out. Yeah. And then Vegeta, again, another sign of growth, which I don't know how I felt about it, but he pauses for a second. Basically, they have like a little interaction, and Moro thinking that he's gonna be able to play like mental mind chess with Vegeta. He's just like, "Yo, you doing all this for what?" He's like, "You're going to hell anyway when you die." Basically trying to like, oh, like why be a hero? They don't want you. Like heaven don't want you, bro. And Vegeta's just like, oh, like I came to grips with that a long time ago. He's like, I know at the end of it, he's like, when it's all said and done, I go to hell.
He's like, I ain't fearing nothing.
It's funny how they don't bring up the fact that he's already died before and went to hell, like in the Buu saga.
Yeah, like we've established too now that like, yeah, he's been there, and then you know what, he probably at this point won't go there anymore.
Yeah, but, at this point, I think he's aces.
Yeah, it's just funny how they keep bringing that back, and it's like, we don't believe that.
Especially like him knowing, so it's just like I feel like Moro trying to like that last Hail Mary, like, yo, let me try to persuade him, like, yo, you're evil at your core. Why try to fake be good? And Jesus said, like, yo, I died already. I already know where I go. Like I'm straight.
Yeah, you can't phase me at all.
So Moro's just like, well, that didn't work. He's like, well, you know what? I got some magic. I still got some magic. I don't got the energy, but I still got some magic. And he like makes like this distraction light show that looks like the Bifrost off of Thor and shit and whatnot, what have you. And Vegeta's just like, fuck, where'd he go? Part that I did skip, which was like character growth, but kind of was upsetting. Before he deals like the death shot tomorrow, he like asks Jocko. He's just like, hey, are we supposed to bring him in alive? Or do you want me to kill him? And Jocko's just like, nah. He's like, the only reason that we locked him up because we didn't have anybody strong enough who could off him. And it was just like, Jocko's like, please get rid of Bull.
Which is hilarious because low-key they did in mirrors, but he technically wasn't allowed to intervene.
Foreshadowing.
We now know. So that's why he was never good.
Exactly. So there was a brief pause instead of Vegeta just taking it upon himself to be like, you know what? Under any other circumstance, I'd have just killed you anyway. But he like asked the question, like, all right, I'm employed by Galactic Patrol. Like, do you want me to be cuffing him, we hooking him and booking him, or we killing him? And Jocko's like, kill him. But in that brief excursion, that's when Moro uses his magic to distract everybody. And the part that I find very funny, and I don't know if this was like an accident or on purpose, we've been making jokes about Moro this whole time about like that he doesn't know how to fly. And he just like runs around and hides behind rocks and like will be close. But apparently he can fly now. It's like, because they're looking for him and they're like, oh, where's he at? And Jocko's just like, oh, he's up there. He flew up to his ship because remember his ship was still kind of hovering over top of everybody. So he jumps back up to the top of his ship. We got 7-3 and the guy whose names that I always forget, Shimoraka, whose name I always forget. And they're kind of just sitting there. And it's crazy because like Moro, he immediately kills Shimoraka. Like he don't even say nothing to him. He just like obliterates him. Like he just pops up and he's just like, they're like, oh boss, like what's up, what we doing? He's just like, don't ask me questions, kill you. Like
he said, I never liked you like that.
Facts. He was like, yo, he's like, you've never been my mans. You was Sagambo's mans. Like, I don't even need you no more. So and then 7-3 is just like, oh, like what you doing? And then Moro, because remember he's lost all his the power that he's been collecting over the couple months that he's been out. He's just back to what he was before. But if you remember, another thing that was referenced that and built up before, 7-3 always has a Moro file in his Rolodex on deck.
His backup hard drive.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? Because it's like, because 7.3 can only store shit for up to 30 minutes. So it's like every 30 minutes, you just got like grip your boss's neck. It's like, 30 minutes is up, boss. Kind of neat.
So imagine showing up to work and you're pissed off about something. It's like, you know what? Let me get this done myself. Grip the back of his neck.
Facts. Like what if they had got into a fight like the day before? He's not like gentle at all. He's like,
he's gripping the shit out
Facts. So if you remember, 7.3 did have one of Moro's powers. In his 3, he can store 3 people's abilities, and Moro is one that he always keeps on deck for a rainy day. And Moro was just like, yo, the reason that I've been letting you do that, he's like, because I always knew if anything bad ever happened to me, that I can always, suck you off, whoa, and get my energy back.
I know where you're going with that, but okay.
So he eats 7.3, like literally just picks him up.
Yeah, it was crazy. The way he did that.
Swallows him whole. I mean, it's crazy. And Vegeta, he
for real though.
Yeah, like throat goat.
Yeah, legit.
You know what I mean? Literal. So Vegeta follows him up there, and he throws an energy blast at him. And then there's like debris, but when the smoke's clear, we see a shooting star falling down from Moro's ship. And who is it? You guessed it, our guy Vegeta. He was the savior, and now he is back to playing second fiddle to Goku. They gave him this awesome power. They let him put hands and feet on Moro, and he has now lost his fight. And then when Moro returns back to planet Earth, we get a brand new looking guy. He looks completely different. He looks a lot more like a typical Dragon Ball villain, which looks like hit with horns. Yeah, no, that's perfect. That's literally what he looks like. And
yeah, the design was kind of underwhelming.
I wasn't a fan of this because Moro was probably one of the more unique, if not the most unique drawn characters that I've ever seen in Dragon Ball Z. Like, there is a very themed formula when it comes to character creations, especially the villains in Dragon Ball Z. But Moro just kind of broke that mold, and I thought that was dope. And I get why they changed his appearance, because it's like a new form of himself, but they could have kept it more original than this. They phoned it in my opinion.
Yeah, this was like he looked like a Xenoverse.
Yeah,
to be honest.
that's facts. That's facts. So that part of the chapter ends with Moro, his new appearance, and he's basically saying like, "Oh, not only am I back to full power because I had given 7.3 a copy of what I was doing, but I also have all his abilities now on top of that." And that's where we cut off with that one, and we're probably gonna fly through chapter 62. Because it is a lot of fighting, not a lot of dialogue. So we get that moment with the Z fighters, and they're kind of like, oh fuck. Right? Moro by himself was a problem. 7.3 by himself was a problem. Now it's 2 guys put together, fusion dance style, which I don't remember. Matter of fact, I do remember. They spent this whole time making a point to say that, Vegeta's new ability has the power to separate fusions. Why didn't they ever do that?
All of a sudden, it's just like, oh, we can't do it here.
Right. This is the one time it doesn't apply.
Conveniently, we just stop.
It worked every other time. We even mentioned that this is how this works. But for this one, nah. So Moro's just pretty much he runs roughshod. Vegeta gives it another try because, like I said, he just got made bitch boy real quick. Literally got slam dunk Shaq style from the sky on the planet Earth. Vegeta powers back up.
They just get murked at this point. Like, it's just they get a new power. They start to take over, and then all of a sudden
exactly. So the next couple panels is not even the next couple. The majority of this chapter is just Moro whooping ass, busting Vegeta's ass, busting Goku's ass. Gohan and Piccolo, when he bothers to fuck around with them, they get it too. Android 17 and 18, they catch the hands and feet. We do get a pretty cool thing that that Moro, he does get Vegeta and steals his Big Bang attack and uses it on him. And then after he uses his own, talk shit about it. He was just like, "Oh, why'd you give this dope ass name when it's just a key blast?"
He's like, this shit real.
Like, he's like, this is this your king? Like, this is your
Yeah.
this is your move? Like,
Big Bang.
Yeah.
That's light.
yeah, he was like, that's a awfully presumptuous name, sir. But he pretty much knocks Vegeta out of the fight with that one. And then he's basically, Piccolo brings up a good point. And this is why I was saying it's funny how they explain the power as to why they didn't do it to him, confuses me. But Piccolo makes the point to say, like, yo, Vegeta, now that he took Vegeta's powers, he can also do the Force Spirit Fission as well. So he was just like Goku. He was basically saying to Goku, like, yo, anytime we was in like a pinch before, y'all could always do the fusion dance, or y'all could use the Patar earrings. But now with that ability, he has the power to separate y'all. Which, again, to use that as an explanation as to why they're fucked and can't do fusion, why they didn't just have Vegeta try to do that to separate 7-3 from him.
It's like we got the solutions, but we don't like to use them.
Facts. So it gets, this is how you know the ass whoopings are bad. It gets so bad that negligent ass Dende is like, I gotta get down there and help my guys. Like, I never get into action. Shit has gone left mad time since I've been on God Watch, and I've never left the lookout. never walked amongst the people. But these ass whoopers are going so bad that Dende does make a point to say, like, yo, I gotta get down there. I can restore their health. Eska's just like, yo, you're gonna go by yourself? And Dende's just like, I'm the only one. Like, I gotta do it. Like, he's like, Mr. Popo, you already know how everything work here. Do your thing. I'll be back. Dende, he jets off. We see Krillin, because Krillin has the sensu beans that Goku left with him. And he's just like, all right, I got to get to my peoples. I'm on my way. So now it's a race to try to save the top tier fighters, the non-bench warming Z fighters, the starters, from death, essentially. Because you know, like if Goku, Vegeta, Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, and Piccolo go down, like, Krillin's next in line.
He's like, I don't know.
And he was just like, that ain't for me. So like I said, we can't verbally do justice to these fighting pages. So we always encourage you guys, definitely please listen to us each week, because we love you guys and we appreciate the support. But also go look at these panels for yourself, because like you said, it's a bunch of new Moro putting in a lot of work, using a lot of the Z Fighter's own techniques. We do see one cool panel that I really liked. Gohan uses the galactic donut technique that Gotenks used in the Buu Saga.
Yeah, all of a sudden he has it.
Somehow he knows how to do that. He uses it. It doesn't work. It was kind of like a wasted nostalgia pop, but it was cool. They did it so to hold him in place for Goku to hit him with a Cell-esque in your face Kamehameha wave, blows off his arm, but he still had Moro still had Piccolo's regenerative tucked away, so he grew his arm right back. And not only does he grow his arm back, he chooses to grow his arm back through Goku's chest. Not only does he do it through Goku's chest, he does it in the same spot that Goku's been punched through the chest so many times before. Everybody hits him in the same chest hole every time.
Right through.
Like, every time.
Same spot.
And he eats it every time. Like, yeah, he'll be down for the count. Like, yo, I'm gonna sit this one down, but never kills him. I don't know why people even get scared when he gets that hole through chest shot no more. There's he's strong against that one. It had little effects.
It's the one thing he can take.
Fact, guns, that's a wrap. This is weakness. But holes through the chest, he's like, as long as you hit me right here where I've been busted through the chest so many times, we'll be all right. So Moro, regrows his fist again with those manicured nails. He brought back that OG finisher, that Mortal Kombat-esque finisher, and he pretty much just slumps Goku. He's down. Gohan tries to save his dad. He gets one hitter quitter. Piccolo starts to do a technique that I've never really seen him do, or it looks like he's about to do, like scatter shot or Hellzone grenade, but Moro stops him, just like, oh, were you about to like blow yourself up? I didn't get that that's what he was about to do, but I didn't write these pages. So Dende gets there really quick. He was that bull. He's super speed, gets there real fast, and he's using telepathy to like tell Piccolo, yo, like I'm on my way. And Piccolo peeps like, oh, Moro can read minds too. So he's just like, yo, stop talking to me on telepathy. Like hit my pager, hit my jack. Like call my kitty phone. If you've seen Dragon Ball superheroes, you'll get the reference. Like, but Moro's just like, and it's funny. Him choosing to put up a force field like to keep Dende out, I think it's hilarious. like you're not strong enough to just like off him real quick. Like I know Dende's coming to heal everybody, but he was just like, you know what? No more interruptions. Force field. Like Dende is about to be the tide changer. But he puts up an energy blast around their fighting area, and that's when Piccolo tries to do the technique, whatever it was that he was trying to do. And he's basically saying like, all right, since we're encaged, I can let this off and not have to worry about destroying the area. Moro stops him. 17 to 18 try to get back in him. He hits him with double finger guns, which was kind of funny, kind of a cool little thing to do. And they're basically all saying like, oh, or fuck, Piccolo gets a special beam cannon through his chest. Like Moro's just catching wreck. And then
murking them all.
Yeah, the end of the chapter goes like Moro's just like, you know what? I just finished all these strong people, and now the best for last, I'm about to fuck Jocko up.
You've been chilling in the back this whole time.
He's like, don't forget. He's like, don't forget, don't get it fucked up. I know that y'all kept me locked up for millions of years. Like, y'all about to get that work. So then we close out these chapters with we have Dende on top of the force field, and he's just like, damn, like if I could just get in, I could heal everybody, we'd be good. And then a hole opens up, and he kind of falls through, and we see the lower half of an angel with a staff you see the Whis outfit. So you could like make the assumptions like, oh, Whis decided to help out. He's squad. He always hangs around for free food and things like that. So Jocko, being the last line of defense, gets his taser out. He's like, yo, these worked on Goku and Vegeta. Maybe I can get lucky again. He fires a couple blasts, don't do nothing. But then he shoots off like his last hurrah, and Moro like kind of gets concerned, and instead of just kind of letting the blast just hit him, he like puts the block up, and he was just like, okay. He's just like, I see what you did there. He's like, you put your own energy in that blast. And then we see good old Miras back in his 12 fit.
He said he's here.
Ready to put in work. And then we get Moro being self-aware, unlike Goku, was just like, oh, okay. He's like, I see you, boy. He's just like, no way, you're just Galactic Patrol. And Miras gives him a little smirk. And that is where we end off on this episode of Dragon Ball for Life. So Trav, chapter 61 and 62, you know how we do it on our rating scale. On a scale of 1 to 7 stars, what are you giving these two chapters?
Honestly, 2.5.
Oh, I'm surprised.
I mean, like the fighting was cool, but
yeah,
it just was like the same shit over and over again.
Yeah, they Dragon Balled it up. So my number will be 4. I'm gonna say a very low 4, only because I love the fighting, and again the anime fan in me always gets excited, like, oh, they're gonna like body this in the anime, it's gonna be dope. But very action packed, and again, when I had read this in real time, I jumped in at Vegeta training on Yardrat. So this was like one of the first few chapters I had read. So I kind of didn't have like that slow long build up where I would have kind of been on some like, all right, let's get there. So I just kind of jumped in right when the shit hit the fan. So I was just like, oh yeah, this shit is lit. Like for Spirit Fidget, like, oh, this is dope. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a low 4 because the fighting chapters were, 3.5. I'm gonna go 3.5.
Sometimes with these arcs, they just start to drag, and I feel like kind of got to this point, and like, I don't know, we got introduced to a cool concept for Moro just to jump back and go back to shit that we've already seen before.
Yeah, absolutely. And then it again just goes back to what we had said at the top of this episode. It's as great as the fighting was, they Dragon Balled the shit out of these 2 chapters. Like, just the repetitive tropes, the constant shitting on Vegeta and just not letting him be great. It just kind of all comes up reused material.
Yeah, it's like, it's just rinse, right? What's it?
It's like, I get wash, rinse, repeat. Yeah, I got
whatever I was trying to say.
No, I'm rolling. No, that's exactly what that is. But all in all, like I said, we're in the end game now. I'm gonna keep saying that till we're there. There are probably, if we're doing 2 more at a time, probably have like 3 to 4 more episodes, if that, of doing this, and then we can do, like a end of the arc wrap up for the people and whatnot, what have you. But again, these episodes for us are gonna be a lot more like this because there's not a lot being said for us to break down. It's a lot of fighting panels, so we'll always bring you the jokes, the laughs, and the tangents. So just rock with us as we get through the thrilling conclusion of the Moro World Eater, Planet Eater, whatever the fuck this arc was called in its totality.
Planet Eater, whatever.
That's the one. That's the one. But I'm trying to think, is there anything that you want to say to the people before we get out of here? I'm trying to think if there's anything else left to cover.
Nah, that's pretty much what happened in these chapters.
You said no. Yeah. Chad said, nah, I don't fuck with him like that.
It's like they introduced a cool concept just for Moro to fucking absorb and eat 7-3 just for like, because I remember when this happened in the arc, I was like,
yeah, I wasn't happy. Like when they changed his whole appearance, I was like, oh, why would you do that? Yeah. But I mean, what you gonna do? what you gonna do other than fix it in the anime? make it better. So that has been our time. Thank you guys so much. Again, we're gonna keep you guys updated on the August giveaway. Shout outs to super producer Mikey before the shout out that I always give him for that commercial that we're forcing him to do now. Haha. Dragon Ball anime coming back. We're excited about that. Like I said, we got a few more episodes, and again, I'm gonna keep teasing it. Me and Trav are working on something that's going to be really fun with the wonderful people at Fandom Spotlight. And I know me and Trav, like we always say with these manga arcs, as you get towards the latter half of these arcs, they can tend to drag. So again, we appreciate you guys rocking with us and having fun and laughs and just, barbershop anime talk, anime manga talk. But we know that it can get long. It's been a long journey. You guys have been with us for, what is this, like episode 20 now? So like we're like close.
Something like
that. There. So,
we almost there.
So we've been there. So we definitely appreciate you guys and your patience. But like I said, once we finish this arc, we're going to take a break before we go to the next one. And we got something real fun for you that we're going to be bringing to you guys each week. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be quick, fast, in a hurry, fast pace, a lot of action, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. So I can't wait till we get to roll that out. We'll probably start teasing that in the last couple episodes of Dragon Ball for Life. But as always, I can't say like and subscribe because we don't got YouTube action yet, but when we get there, that'll be part of it. But until that time, follow us, please, on all social media platforms. We are DB4L_pod on Instagram and Twitter. Definitely follow the Spotify and Anchor pages. Like them things so you can get those notifications when we drop episodes. We are getting dangerously close to getting on Apple Podcasts. We hear you guys each week when you keep telling us that we need to get on there. We working on it. It'll be there. Just for the sake of just not springing it on people, we probably are gonna hold off on. We'll probably finish the Moro arc with just Spotify and Anchor because it don't make no sense to start doing Apple shit at the end of an arc, business wise.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll be on our way there. But as always, I have been Mr. Porter, Matty Ice, Matt the Stallion, all the aliases and all the different places that I have nicknames, here with my good brother saying a sharp himself.
You see me?
Troll Trav, we see you, good brother. And as we always say, whether you watch it or you read it, we all need it. So follow your fandom right back here, and we will see you next time on Dragon Ball for Life. Dodon Ray. Shout outs to super producer Mikey.
Love you, Mikey.
Always shout out to Yali.
Wow.
Bitches.